What's good, y'all? It's me, your favorite curly space cadet, Kayla, and we're back again to give you a Real Housewives of Potomac review. And I have my glasses on today. Yes, you can see the reflection of my ring light. Sorry, guys, if that bothers you. If it doesn't, you're cool. Like, don't be all uncool. Anyways, we're going to get into this review and we're going to talk about it because this episode gave us a little bit, but a lot, but a little bit. Honestly, this episode they could have cut the tail, like the first part of the episode and put it at the end of last episode. And then they could have took what was left because it wasn't really a lot and sprinkled it into the next episodes and like pieces and bits. Like this didn't need to be a full episode. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. So, are y'all ready to talk about this newest episode of Potomac? Because even with it being a slower episode, it gave us a good amount of drama and foreshadowing. But before we get into this episode, can we talk about how we went from calling last season boring and annoying and uninformed to now some viewers are actually really giving it a chance this season. And it feels good to see people giving it a chance. But you know what it really feels like? It feels like production and the team behind Potomac realizes that this is their final chance to get it right. A few things that I noticed right out of the gate is that they are not playing with Giselle holding unnecessary grudges and causing divides amongst the women. They want to play to the ups and downs, and they want to be reminiscent of other franchises like Real Housewives of New York or Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where, yeah, there's a lot of conflict, but they still all hang out together in the group, and you don't have a lot of people saying, I'm not going on the cast trip because of you or you. So that's what we're getting this season. But anyways, let's get on to the show. And I'm not saying they're only holding Giselle accountable, but this season production is letting the girls know you can and will be fired if you do not perform. If you hide your life, Robin, you will get fired, Robin. Like, duh. Anyways, let's get on to the show. So we start off where we left off, and that's with a gazelle. In my notes, I have her written down as Gazelle, but we start off with Giselle yelling from across the room, "Get out! I don't want you here." She literally runs from across the room to get over to the women and tell them that they are not welcome here. The event ends at 9 o'clock. It is 8:03. You are late. My opinion, and this is just my little old humble opinion, but if I show up to your event that you invited me to at 8 o'clock and it ends at 9, I still expect there to be a little bit of food, just a smidge, because if there's not, that tells me that you were cheap and you didn't plan for as many people as you had invited. Second of all, I don't expect you, especially with me taking my time to get here and communicating with you back and forth, that I'm going to get here at a certain time, to then kick me out at that certain time that I get there. How dare you? The nerve. And the girls, you have to understand their standpoint. They're trying to accommodate both of their friends. Yeah, Karen put them in a little bit of a particular spot, but that goes to show you that the girls like Karen more than they like Giselle and Ashley. And the way that Giselle reacted and the way that Ashley literally followed behind Giselle and did every whim and huh and ha that Giselle told her to do, chasing after them with that clipboard, we're going to get there. But the way that Giselle responded to the women in a moment of conflict goes to show her personality. It goes to show how she's just not pleasant to be with, it seems like, and the women know that, and that's why the women went to Karen's event first. Now, if you ask me, I feel like it would have been the same response no matter which way the girls would have flipped it. Whether the women went to Karen's event first or whether the women went to Giselle's event first and left early, I still feel like Giselle would have made a big stink if they left her event early. Because it still would have been, well, this is my dead father's event, honoring him. How dare you leave that event early? Y'all see what I'm saying? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, so we got Giselle kicking them out. And you can see on Stacey's face the moment that they came in there and they were like, you told us to get here at 8. And she said, well, it's 8:03. And Stacey was like, oh, I'm done with this bitch. I have to give it to these new girls of Bravo. They are giving us a show. And I am all for it. Like, they're giving us a show, but not in a way that some of the other new girls have been giving show. Some of the other new girls have been giving rehearsed plot line. Talking to you, Mia, when you first came on. Anyways, Jazzy, in my opinion, stayed way too long explaining herself. Way too long telling them what just happened. It's entirely too long trying to prove her case and stand up to them. But I think it goes to show that she's a stand-up bitch. So the ladies are leaving, and Giselle is hanging out with her minion table of minion boys, and one of the minion boys tells her, oh, you know what? Y'all should take the clipboard out there and they should donate. They should donate at least for coming. And I'm like, you don't miss that opportunity. You should have said that before you kicked them out. Hey, ladies. Oh, my God. Welcome to the event. Here's the QR code. Okay. So, unfortunately, you're late and I don't want you here. Please leave. That's what you should have did if you wanted some money. But you wanted to play games and be in your feelings. You didn't want money for this cause that's so important to your father. Anyways, moving on. In true Regina George fashion, Giselle tells Ashley, take the clipboard out there and tell them to give us some money. And as Ashley is running along to go do this, Giselle is cackling like an old hag in the background. Do y'all see what's going on with Ashley this season? Y'all see how she don't have no real plot line and she's following behind Giselle. She's Giselle's, in my opinion, her lackey, for less of a better term. But anyways, the girls are outside and Vivian comes outside to talk to the girls and be like, I wanted to say hello to you guys, but you guys left so early. And so they're like, yeah, that bitch put us out. Fuck that hoe. Anyways, you see Ashley running up to the van saying, you guys, wait. And Jazzy's like, oh, hell no. Driver, drive. And she presses the button as Ashley is stepping into the bus to talk to them. And Ashley's like, can you guys at least donate? You guys came, so you should at least donate. And she's like, do you want to at least take the clipboard, as the door is closing and the door gently pushes Ashley's shoulder out the way, okay? The door nudges Ashley to let her know, hey, the door is closing. And she's like, oh my God, my shoulder is broken. Oh, the white woman in me. Next, we are going to Stacey's house, and her kids are away with somebody, and so she thought this was the perfect opportunity to have the girls come together for a fucking Ponderosa. We are getting a Ponderosa on RHOP. Shout out to DJ Richie Scott. I have never seen this many sit downs in RHOP as I have seen in this one goddamn episode. That is the producers letting you know and us know that they heard us and heard that we were not watching this season, and they are trying and scrambling their bestest to give y'all the show that you want. So let's hope that we continue to trend positively. Anyways, so as we're at Stacey's house, Jazzy arrives first in this full blacked out trench coat, looking like the Matrix done walked in the door, okay? She really looked like she was about to go. For real though. And then after Jazzy arrives, then Ashley gets there, and as Ashley comes in the doors, you can tell there's animosity. You can feel the tension. And so the doorbell rings, and it's Karen showing up next. And as Stacey goes to get the door for Karen, Jazzy takes that opportunity to talk to Ashley and just apologize for shutting the door on Ashley, because as a grown woman, I can admit that that was wrong of me. And Ashley takes this opportunity to tell her, I was so hurt when you did that. My shoulder's so sore. Just playing it up. And Jazzy's like, no, ma'am, actually, I tested it out. It's a very soft close. I do apologize for closing the door on you because it wasn't appropriate. But don't do this. Don't do that. It's not cool. Don't be all uncool, Ashley. Why are you being so uncool, Ashley? Talking about, oh, it really hurt. Oh, my shoulder. I might need this or that. Honey, stop. Anyways, Ashley accepts that apology and they seem to move forward, right? Now we get Ashley and Karen confronting each other. And Ashley confronts Karen about, why did you invite the group to your event knowing that our event was on the same day and everybody was going to our event, and you last minute invited everybody to your event? And Karen's response is, I sure did. Give her flowers. She did though. She fucking did. She fucking and she did, okay? And what, Giselle? And what? And everybody went to her event first. Angie was mad, and then it played out on the show. Thank you for a great scene, Karen. Next. As cruel as it can seem, it's not as cruel as Giselle has been to the girls. So I know. Karen invited the girls to an event at the same time that your event was. You wore a shirt that said Free Uncle Ben. You showed up to her house in pizza people attirement, trying to see if she didn't actually live there, if she was pretending like she had money. You want to pretend like y'all have a friendship, but you don't. You have a teeter-totter. Anyways, what was I talking about before I went on that tangent? Oh, so Karen is telling Ashley, and I did, so what? And by the way, that birthday party y'all threw me was an interrogation. It wasn't a birthday party. And then her and Ashley start getting into it, going back and forth. Karen says something about, I could have died, and Ashley's like, you could have killed other people. And we understand the gravity of the situation, everybody. Everybody knows that this is a really heavy, really tragic thing that no one should ever do. The way that Ashley thinks that she's approaching it and the way that she's actually approaching it are two different things. Ashley's trying to be that hard driver that's like, look at the reality of the situation. You can't just deflect and run away from it. Whereas Karen is living like, I'm actually living in the litigation of this right now. It's an active legal process, and I have to watch what I'm saying. I would love if you watch what you're saying, but you're a reckless, messy ass bitch, so you're not. So I'm going to be a reckless, messy ass bitch back to you. And then Karen talks about the damn Uber cards you done put in my basket. I knew you was being shady with those. So I love the way Karen talks, because she's like, I'm going to get the whole word out, and you going to wait for me to finish my damn sentence and finish my insult. I love hanging out with old people sometimes. They're so funny. Anyways, Karen has to say, oh, and then Ashley says, you were deflecting the entire time. And Stacey stands up for Karen, saying, no, Karen wasn't deflecting. She was answering the questions. Then Karen says, the nerve of someone to deflect when her entire marriage was a deflection on whether or not her husband liked to grab men's asses. Without their permission, might I add. Allegedly, not allegedly, allegedly. And then she insults Ashley's bunions. Because, you know, we're going to make it heavy, but then we're going to make it light. As you should. But then at the end of the scene, we all come to the consensus that if Giselle apologizes, we can move forward. So let's see if Giselle apologizes. And lay gas. She just might. She does. Spoiler alert, she does. Anyways, the next scene is Giselle and her girls are going to prom and their dad shows up to be a dad. Moving on, we get a cut scene to Wendy in the kitchen with her mom cooking and her mom roasting her because she don't know how to cook the real food. And she's like, you go ahead and cook up the meats and the fishes and put it in my freezer and then I'll bring it out and make some rice to go with it. Then she talks about her mother-in-law and how the ice has been breaking on them not being social and not talking. So Wendy is considering inviting her mother-in-law to her 40th birthday, and she's talking to her mom about it, trying to understand, trying to ask her mom if she's okay with it. And her mom goes, well, the last time I saw her, I tried to give her a hug, and she pushed me away. So I just won't give her a hug. That is the most. If I never heard an African mother respond, that is one of the most African mother responses I've ever heard. I won't give her a hug. She can come. It's all good. She does not like that woman. She don't like that woman. Moving on. Then we get a whole scene with Keiarna and her mom and her man, who just had a root canal, so she's making breakfast for him. And he has the audacity to tell her that he don't like her eggs. How can you not like someone's eggs? Is she not cooking them long enough? Then you just need to tell her you want your eggs scrambled hard and you don't want them runny. That's the only thing I can think of that eggs are not good. Or does she make them too hard and you like them runny? That doesn't make sense to me because runny eggs are disgusting. So I'm going to think of it the other way around. Moving on, we get into her mom does not. Okay, her mom loves that they're on the track and moving forward in their relationship. But what she really wants to know is, when the fuck are y'all getting married? You're living with this man. This is not the way we do it. But Keiarna tells her mom she is not a ring-thirsty girl, okay? She is not thirsty for no ring. She is going to bide her time until her man is ready and willing to propose to her on his time. And this is the first time she's been in a relationship with a man who's been divorced, and he has all this relationship expertise and she just doesn't have as much as he does. So she leans on him and it's different. This is interesting. This is an interesting dynamic to see. Very interesting dynamic. Now we moving on to Mia and this messy This is messy. I fucking feel wrong watching this. And I got the ick about ink. Okay? I did. This scene gave me the ick about ink. And I don't know about anybody else, but did anybody see him insinuate that? We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. Okay. Y'all. Mia stresses me out. I don't understand her. She's an enigma. Does she believe what she's saying? It's an enigma to me. But we get to Mia and she's on a staycation. Ink got her this place because when Ink comes into town to visit her being in the same building as Gordon, and Gordon likes to pop up because his dementia just makes him all kinds of just like in bipolar as well. So he's up and down. So it's just better if they get away. So we're away in an Airbnb. And Jackie and her partner, not baby daddy, no, Jackie and her not partner baby daddy joined them for dinner. And inappropriate conversation in mixed company. Yeah, this scene really put it really put a really unpleasant taste in my mouth. So Ink and the not baby daddy, no, Ink and the not partner baby daddy are in the kitchen talking, and he's like, those are your kids? And he's like, oh, yeah, I couldn't deny them if I wanted to. They look just like me. He's like, oh, yeah, those kids look just like you, man. You really can't deny them. And then the other guy goes, oh, so do you have any kids? And he's just like, if y'all watch it, I'm going to go rewatch that scene again. But it really sounded like he said that Jeremiah is his kid. He's going around claiming that kid before even having a paternity test to see if that kid is his, and production with their messy ass camera work gonna pan to the damn kid and pan to the damn Ink. And I'm not saying that kid don't look like Ink. I'm just saying it's inappropriate for Ink to go around talking about that's his kid before they have a paternity test. That is all I'm saying. Also, the other thing that I'm saying is Gordon has raised that child up into this age. That's Gordon's child. You might be his biological father. Possibly. Allegedly. We don't fucking know, because Mia don't fucking know who her baby daddy is either. But what you're doing right now, it ain't right. In my humble opinion. And I get that Gordon is a mean old man. He's a mean old some kind of man. But this right here, this ain't right. This not right. I don't like it. I would never put anybody in this predicament. Especially somebody who I claim to have loved. And now you're saying there's no love? Mia, the enigma. It's not even an enigma. I know what the fuck it is. I'm not going to say it for obvious reasons. I don't want to be mean. Anyway. And Gordon's whole thing, I listened to it again today. Gordon told her, you can have whatever you want, just don't leave me. That was our arrangement. That was what we got into. And now he's a predator? She irritates the fuck out of me. Yes, she's bringing a lot of drama, but she irritates the... I really have to stop cursing in these videos. Y'all pray for me. Alright, so now we go to TJ and Stacey, and they're working out. And the only thing I have to say about this scene is, I'm tired of women bringing these men on my screen that are not just completely and totally enamored by them. If you are bringing a man on this screen, I want him head over heels for you. And I want that for you. I don't want you bringing no man on this screen that's playing hard to get because he's about his business. No. You want a fucking man who wants to spoil you, who wants to yell your name from the rooftops, even if you're not divorced yet. Maybe he's doing this because you're not divorced and he doesn't want to be seen as like leading on a still technically married woman, but I'm getting Kenya and what's his name vibes. What was his name? Craig? But TJ didn't even hug her when they like first came together, but he definitely hugged the trainer and said what up to him. Maybe he just feels more comfortable hugging men, and he's just not comfortable hugging women, you know. The desire of the woman's touch. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Anyways, next we get Giselle inviting Ashley, Stacey, Jazzy, and Wendy to lunch. And Ashley, Stacey, and Jazzy show up first, and Giselle shows up already sitting there. Well, Giselle's already sitting there, and Ashley, Jazzy, and Stacey show up first. And we actually get an apology from Giselle. Like, straight to the chase. No, like, straight to the cut. No chaser, nothing like, I was wrong. I'm not mad at y'all. I'm mad at Karen. I shouldn't have taken my anger out on y'all. Do you all know how long that would have taken? That would have taken like 2 seasons, previous seasons. Wild shit to me. absolutely wild shit. But then we get on to the girls connecting and talking. Wendy shows up, of course, and Giselle tries to connect more with Stacey and goes, so Stacey, I hear you have 2 kids. And Stacey's like, well, no, I have one extremely beautiful, gorgeous daughter. She did take her time to explain that. She talks too much like a newscaster. But she then goes and, like, they're talking about how she's getting into her divorce, and Giselle states that you sound sad about your divorce, like you still kind of want to be with your husband. And she's just like, oh, and then Giselle says, you know, when I was divorcing, I was elated, I was happy, I was ready to get out of my marriage. And Stacey was like, well, when I refer to my divorce, I'll never be happy and ecstatic about it. I'll always feel some kind of hurt or pain or sadness because, you know, that was something that I was in a long, you know, she's giving you the spiel, right? And then Ashley takes it upon herself to pipe in, like Ashley does, and goes, well, you know, she's got a man, you know, she's got a man she likes, though. She's in love with this man. And Stacey's just like, Ashley, my God, I'm just taken aback. She said something along the lines where she's not trying to hide her man, but she is extremely disappointed in Ashley because of the way that she just inserted herself into her business and just started telling all her business. Stacey is just like, can I tell the business, like, can I tell my business myself? Like, Ashley, I've invited you into my home. I have taken a couple of days to get to know you and taken a few days to explain my situation to you. Not for you to go out here and start explaining it to the other women, just for you to get to know me. And Ashley's just like, oh, well, I didn't know it was some kind of secret. And she's like, it's not a secret. And that just goes to show you the way Ashley thinks. Ashley is so fucking childish. She says, I didn't know it was a secret. It's not a secret, actually. Sometimes some people just don't want you to tell their business. They want to tell their own business. I don't know. But we end that lunch there. I'm side-eyeing it. But I think Stacey is definitely, she's speaking up, and I love that. All the new girls are giving me interest. I'm talking really loud. But next, we're going to Queen City. And if the only thing I know about Queen City is I don't even think I'm thinking of the right thing. But that author episode, that's the one I'm thinking of. Queen, I think it was Emerald City they went to. Or was that Wizard of Oz? I don't know. Anyways, the girls are going to Queen City. Don't ask me to point to it on the map. I couldn't. They said Charlotte. I think it's in Charlotte. So they're heading to the plane, and they are flying first class. We caught that. And we find out that Stacey's going to drive because she doesn't fly during the month of May to honor one of her dead relatives who died in a plane crash. And then we land in Queen City, and we split up into the vehicles. And in the first vehicle, we get Mia and Karen. The second vehicle, we get Giselle, Wendy, and Jacqueline. And then the third video is Jazzy, Ashley, and Keiarna. It's like, who am I forgetting? Jazzy, Ashley, and Keiarna. In my head, I'm saying Ashley and the 2 new girls. Ashley and the 2 new girls. Anyways. So, we get a quick little snippet of Giselle and Wendy talking. They're actually enjoying each other. What? I'm not buying this for 1 second. But I'll let you give me good TV. I'll let you play in my face with this right here. Because I'm not taking for 1 second Giselle actually just had like a sudden change of mind, and she's just a better person who now wants to get to know Wendy. I'm not stupid, and neither is Wendy, because I see the side eye Wendy gives whenever Giselle's just like, it's a new leaf, and Wendy's just like, we gonna see. Anyways, Mia takes this opportunity to check in on Karen, as it's just the 2 of them in their car, and she just wants to know, you know, what's going on, Karen. And Karen goes, you know, it's gonna come out in time, you gotta give it time. it's a legal thing, it's ongoing. And Mia goes, it's online, Karen. I understand that you want to give it grace and things, but I'm trying to be a friend. I'm trying to figure it out, but I can read about it online. And Karen goes, well, then go read about it. But I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not trying. And Karen, you hear her say, I don't want to she don't want to incriminate herself, okay? But there's a time where you're going to break, is what Mia tells her. And yeah, hours later, apparently, according to the production, we get a cut to hours later, you know. Of course, this is a to be continued because they didn't really give us a lot of meat and potatoes in this episode. They gave us a lot of sprinkles. So we are going to get a lot of in the next episode, and I really can't wait for it. If I were to rate this episode, I give it like a 6 or a 7 because, again, the beginning of the episode could have been put on the last episode, and the end of this episode could have been put in the next episode. And then all the rest of it was just like B-roll. So thank y'all for joining me. I really appreciate y'all watching my videos. I've been watching the numbers go up, and each time I post a new video, I get more and more watchers. I'd really love to turn you guys into subscribers or likes or at least comments. You don't have to subscribe to me yet, but leave a comment and interact with me. I can be witty, I can be funny. Anyways, I really appreciate every single viewer, especially if you've made it this far in my video. It's your favorite Curly Space Cadet. She's out. Oh, we got the taglines this episode. Y'all want to pull up the taglines? Let's do it. I'm already here. All right, let's get into it. Giselle. When the girl's away, it's time for Giselle to play. Isn't that like an attack on your friend who got fired from the show? I'm just saying. Wendy. I quit grading, but I'm still passing judgments. Okay. Mia. Marriage can be temporary, but ink is permanent. Yes, ink is very permanent. But also temporary because you can remove ink. Anyways, Ashley, from kiddie pools to the dating pool, I'm ready to dive in. From first listen, that sounds like you want to go date the kiddie pool. But you know, after you analyze it, you're like, oh, from like the kiddie pools because she has a kid. But if you didn't know she had a kid, you would not understand why she said kiddie pools. Stacey, I know how to host a show and steal one. Okay, that was cute. Keiarna, I own a business, I mind my business, and I stand on business. I think I like that one the best. And then, of course, Karen, darling, I am the fence and the gatekeeper. Karen, I don't think you know what that means, but that's your tagline this season. All in all, Keiarna had the best one, Stacey had the second best one, and I didn't like any of the rest. No, Keiarna, Stacey, Wendy, and then the rest were trash. Yep, that was it. Thank y'all for watching. We out.